Welcome to Season 5 of the Eagles. It has been a tremendous summer of ins. A few outs, the ones we wanted to get out, we got out. And the ones I wanted to get in, we got in. And the one I wanted, we bloody got him. Let's go and meet him. Okay, everybody, welcome to Season 5 Transfer Special. And we're going to start the opening game of the season away at Sparta Rotterdam. We have had a tremendous pre-season, tremendous summer of transfers. Everything's looking good. That means, FM-wise, we're going to lose today. But we're not going to let that dampen our spirits because the transfer window has been, I think, sensational. Right, let's do the outs first. Okay, one of the first ones out the door was Vermeulen. He has gone for 85 grand, a backup. Got him out. He is Dutch, unfortunately, but he's nowhere near the level. We've got a little bit of profit. Once again, that goes into the wages, helps us slightly. Nolla's gone. He had a decent first season, 14 goals, and then hasn't really played at all the second season. 1 goal in those 11 games. Lanzano went on a free. He has been with us for the first, He was with us for all of those 4 seasons. We are in season 5. Are we in season 5? Yeah, we are in season 5. But he didn't play. He's literally played in that time. He has played 7 league games, no starts, 7 games all as sub, and he stayed for us for the duration. Finally got him out the door. Once again, Dutch player, which doesn't help, but definitely, I think his wages were 1,000, so nice to see him finally go. Tedic has gone. We only got 575,000 for him, but more importantly, we got that £8,250 off the wages. And to match that, Wonderkid. Like, the signing was, the first season in the game, he scored 25 goals. And then, unfortunately, since then, he hasn't been able to keep. He just, in the end, hasn't fit our profile. We signed too many big players that couldn't run, basically. And he was another one of them. I was going on the basis of his jumping reach, his height, and his heading. And we just couldn't get our wing-backs further forward enough to really get balls in the box. We should have gone with this tactic a little bit earlier. We may have seen a different Wonderkid, but he's gone 8 grand. It was a free, but 8 grand out off the wages is huge. Zidane Iqbal has gone to Blackpool. He didn't really play for us. He went out on loan halfway through the season. Turning a profit of 600k. We will take that. And again, 5,000 off the wages. And then Eric Jr. Dina Mbembe. He was worth like 2 million, it said, but, we got him on a free. He was crap for us. He was on 825 a week, and we got rid of him £575,000. All of that has then helped to get some transfers in, but we have seen some players also get released. Erwin Mulder, our goalkeeper for, our first choice goalkeeper for those first 3 seasons, has retired. We have strengthened in goalkeeper area, don't worry. And Dej has gone to Roda. We released him. Decent right back. He was okay. 29 years old. He was on over £1,000. Wanted to leave. Easy option done. Okay, those are the outs. All right, so on the ins, we have, I think, done exceptionally well. So there's Wout and Abite come from Ajax on a free transfer. Durami, also from Ajax on a free transfer. He's obviously going to be our starting left midfielder. Only 5.5 a week, but 24 years old. 5.4 million. I think there's a little bit of sell-on value there. And I think we've taken a big step in quality in these attacking areas. And the 4th from Ajax is Sten Kremers. He was going to be our number 2. I got him because he was Dutch and okay. Won't feature that often. I'm hoping that he's going to be happy just being a bit of a backup. We have signed another goalkeeper. Came in quite late in the season, a little bit of a Brucey bonus. And we'll take a look at him shortly. But there is Kremers, our 4th signing from Ajax. Levi Colwell is in as well. Obviously, he didn't play at all last season. We waited a full year until he was properly released by Chelsea. And then came in quite early in the transfer window. We made it stick, but he only wanted, last season, he wanted over £9,000 a week. We held back for a year, and we've got him for 3.8. I'm not entirely sure. He's had a really good pre-season. I don't think he's at the absolute level to kick us on to the next level, but he's a decent backup in terms of centre-half and left-back. So it's a nice little option in there. I do think we need to go out and sign another centre-half at some point. Maybe not this season, but everything else is built around them. I think we really, if there's anywhere where we're going to look at strengthening next, and I'll look at my scouting and my player recruitment to focus on, it will be centre-halves. But Levi Colwell comes in. Really happy to have him in. It's a player we've looked for a while. He will do a job. Good physicals, technicals, not great, but he will do a job. Kind of 3-star left back and centre half. And another Englishman, Ted Curd. He is the potential of a 5-star goalkeeper. Only 19 years old. He's not as good as Klassen yet, but he will be. He has been released by Chelsea, and we picked him up 3.5k a week. He is going to be our number 2 goalkeeper. Important that I try and give him a little bit of game time this season. The next one is Yamosa Huberson. He has come from the Ivory Coast, 275,000. This has come via my player recruitment, my player focus in Africa. He has come up. He is only regarded potential of a 4-star, but he's only, 18 years old. Soon to be 19, but still at the moment, only 18. Pace 14, finishing 13, passing 15, work rate 14. Scored a few goals in pre-season as well, coming off the bench. He is probably going to be our number 2 backup striker this season. Good physical profile as well. You know, a lot of these are getting to the 14s and 15s, you would hope. Being a backup striker is going to get plenty of game time this season, coming off the bench late on. A little bit of pace to be a little bit of an impact later on in games. Our new holding midfielder is Giovanni Fabian. We'll give it the Italian accent. There he is. Go ahead Eagles now, but he was formerly on loan at Parma. We got him from Inter Milan. He is a record in terms of wages. We've gone for it with this one. 11.25 a week. I think he is going to have sell-on value. Tremendous physicals, tremendous mentals. His passing and stuff isn't amazing, but we are just asking him to be like a half-back, so he's going to do the basics for us, tackling, footing. I just think he's going to be a better option for us to sit in front of those 2 centre-halves than what we had with De Jong. One of the late ones in is Aimé Dupont. He is Belgium. And he's unflappable. He looks very exciting. He is a right winger. We are playing with winger on that right-hand side. Technicals, really good. First touch, corners don't really count. Technique, passing 10, but 5-star potential. He cost us absolutely nothing. So that's why we've gone with it. 2k a week, 15 pace, a bit of an outlet on that right-hand side. Remember, we said we really wanted to upgrade on that Morales on that right-hand side. Another youngster in, Pablo Suarez. A little bit of not a rush signing. He was free from Bolivia. He hasn't played for Bolivia yet, but he's capped at the under-23s. A few nice little attributes in there. Passing technique, good. Said he's only 19 years old. His corners, crossing, dribbling, finishing all around the early teens. Determination, flair. I just thought he's both footed as well. I just thought it was a little option for us. He's not costing as much. He's not costing us anything really. £110 a week. So a nice little pickup. We've got some players for the future, I think. But the big one and the record deal, we have paid £1.8 million. There is staggered payments. I think we're paying if I just go to the transfers back, we're paying another 3 installments of 250k over the next 3 years just to get him in. But boy, did we get him. He had a year's left on his deal, but I felt like I didn't want to wait. And we went in with the bid, 1.8 mil, a little bit over, but I just wanted to get it done quickly, quietly, and as efficiently as possible. Here he is, 18, soon to be 19, but he is on the way already. Both-footed, level-headed, physicals good, acceleration, pace, technicals getting there, and he's had a really good start in pre-season. He's had qualifiers as well, 2 qualifiers, 2 assists, average rate of 7.42. His average rate in pre-season, he's a 9.16. Now, I am playing him as, if we look at the tactic, I am playing him as a winger. He is more left-footed. However, what we're trying to do is, this is courtesy of Daniel Gear, who I mentioned numerous times. I wanted him to keep the width. That was the thing. I wanted him to keep the width. And I know Dan has been talking to RDF about the role of Anthony and what position he is. And everyone would imagine him being an inverted winger. However, the inverted winger in the game kind of sits between the centre-half and the full-back in that little area. If you stay wider on, he kind of drifts towards the full-back. But I want this guy, Gunez, to be as wide as possible. As wide as possible, chalk on the boots, and then cutting in onto that left foot. And I have already seen it in pre-season, which is really good. And we have now got a player trait training where he cuts in from both wings. So he's going to get the ball, he's going to keep his width. So we've got an outlet out there. We can open out the back line, and then hopefully he'll then sweep in on his left foot. So that's why we're keeping him with a winger rather than an inverted winger, because I want him to keep really wide. And then on the left-hand side, we've got Darami, who is obviously going to come in a little bit narrower, will allow Serrano to get round. And yeah, there is one more transfer. We have only got one fullback, right fullback in Ethan Laird. A couple of the centre-halves can do it, but he's a backup for us. We've waited all summer. I've had this one waiting. I was just trying to find someone a little bit younger, but we are going to be completing a deal for Clabinio, who is a very, as you can see, quite a talented 28-year-old. He's just turned 28. We're getting him for what? 225k, 15 crossing, 14 technique, 12. He's quite attacking, to be fair. 15 stamina. But he was kind of the best value for what was available at the time. So he is going to be coming into the team, hopefully, for the next episode. I think the deal is done. We might be just even waiting for a contract. We're waiting for him to set the contract. I can't imagine that being the problem. And as you can see, we've still got £793,000, 13,850 still available in the wages. So still a bit to be done to bring someone in. Maybe at the end January transfer, the end of the summer transfer window. We have transfer listed people like Moreles, who are trying to now get out the door. We've got other players as well. Danny Demoulin is coming on really nicely, looking really nice now. We've obviously got players like Collard. Where is the boy who had a nightmare in the last episode? The last game of the season in the playoffs. Going to be coming on quite nicely. He is injured today, so he will not be playing. We've also obviously got Van Hooijdonk. Troy Parrott. I think I'm going to transfer list him, I'm going to transfer list him just because he's on a lot of money and he's worth a little bit. And it'd be interesting to see if any championship clubs come sniffing around. Well, I think what I'll do is transfer list him. No one wants him by the end of the summer. We'll take him off the transfer list and he'll be our backup striker. But just because we've got areas now, our squad depth is really good. I said centre-half is my only worry in terms of overall quality. But I think right now, for where we want to be in that Europa League sort of like top 7 position, we'll be okay with what we've got. We've got cover at right back when Clabinio comes in. Holding midfield, we've got Fabian, Romens, De Jong. Hove's still there to play midfield. Collard central midfield. Dumont to play central midfield. Who is it? My main man, Mouvier, to play in central midfield. Y players, we've got Gunes, Braff, Suarez. Kemosa still here. Dupont, and then up front we've got Hooijdonk. Mosa, I am trying to get him out on loan. He needs a season out on loan. Troy Parrott as well if we use him, and obviously the youngster Cleberson. So it is all looking pretty good. Let me know your thoughts to the transfer window. Who is excited you most? It's obviously got to be Recep Gunes. He does have, I'm just going to make it clear, he does have a minimum release clause of £19 million, and he's already rated at 18 to 26. Okay, so we need to be careful. We'll just enjoy him while we can. We will try and hold him to deals. There's still a little bit of wages to play there. I think over the next year we'll be looking at maybe able to offer players around 15,000 for the top earner. So he may become that. I just want to see him just play a full season, see how well he develops. All right, guys, let's get into it. Sparta Rotterdam, I believe it is. Sparta Rotterdam, who were in and around us last year. Yeah, they didn't do bad, actually, in 11th. The media prediction has us predicted 9th. That's our highest prediction ever. We are in Season 5. We need to kick on. Let's start with an impressive away win at Sparta Rotterdam right now. Right. This is just sod's law, right? A bid's come in for Parrott, 2.3 million. Now we've got a transfer embargo. Just as I was thinking, oh my God, I've got 2.3 million to spend. We're going to have over 3 million to spend. I can get 2 centre-halves in. We can get a really good centre-half in on a free transfer and sign someone. We can have a new centre-back partnership. And then within 2 minutes, it's taken away from us. We've had this sort of like board, like club takeover for ages, years. And I haven't really mentioned it because you get it all the time and nothing really happens. But this is the first time now we've had a transfer embargo. We're going to bid the 2.3 million as well. So, you know, and he's now blaming me like it's my fault. Like, just football manager. So, there it is. Geertz. 57 million. Should the deal go through, it we rumoured that Vessel Geertz will look to float the club on a stock exchange. Okay, maybe a bit of money coming our way. He's handed in a transfer request. We need to, we've got 2 weeks. Will we get that done? Because I still think we can get him out of the door and get a couple of players in. I think after I finish this episode, I'm just going to go and find a couple of centre-halves that we can maybe pounce on. My only worry as well with the squad is that I've not really spoke about, well, we kind of spoke about, but not so much today, is the number of Dutch players. We've only now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 of them are nowhere near good enough. Hartman and Braff, like my third choice fullback and winger, and also my third choice goalkeeper. So we want to bring some more Dutch players in. We've got more Belgian players probably starting in that will get more minutes and games this season. So something to keep aware of. I did want it Dutch. I always like to go heavy on the nationality that you're playing in, the league, the country that you're playing in, but we've struggled with this one. So that would be nice. 2 Dutch centre-halves would be really good. I forgot to say as well, we've had a bit of a turnover with staff, and I've lost Cliver as my assistant manager, which is absolutely gutted because he looks absolutely tremendous. But we just couldn't afford him. He wanted way too much. And the same with Dennis Birdcamp as well. Another one, wanted way too much and we couldn't afford him. We've also let Frank Nab go, physio, wanted too much money. But then we've re-strengthened. I've got and Alexandra Zickler in, really good. I haven't actually got an assistant manager at the moment because just wages and things like that. So we had to go with coaches because they ended up wanting less money, and it meant that I think I could get Zickler through the door. So we've strengthened. We've got new performance analysis in. I've got Giovanni De Vos, goalkeeping coach, okay. And we've also got Chris Armas, who was Ralph Ranieri's number 2, but to be fair, in Football Manager, he's pretty good. So I'm looking for an assistant manager. I might just go for an old Dutch player or someone like that. Maybe a Roy Keane or something like that. But I will keep you informed when I find my new number 2. And there you go. Lo and behold, has pulled out of the takeover, failing to agree a price. So after all that, let's see now if we can get Parrott out of the door. He's still wanted. He's worth more than that because they were offering 2.3. We want 2 million at least. Right, here we go, boys. Opening game of the season, Sparta Rotterdam. We have signed Klebinio, so he is coming in. He's just going to go straight in for his debut. And I think, I'm going to go with the... who do I go? Colwell or Baz? It's got to be Baz. Colwell's just going to have to be our little bit of a backup. So Klebinio, Junior, Baz, and Serrano. Who's more of a left footer? Is it Junior? Yeah, we're going to use Junior as the left-footed centre-half. Fabian is the half-back. Unfortunately, Collard is injured. So we're going to play with Danny Dumoulin, who is the backup kind of number 10 that we signed with Collard last year. He's going to get a little bit of a go in central midfield. We're going to push the youngsters whenever we can. Muvio, the central midfielder, on attack. Darami on the left. Recep on the right. And then we are going to have to go, just for now, Sidney Van Hooijdonk scored 25 goals last season. So we're going to stick with him. On the bench, we've got options now. This is what we've never had, is options. So Ethan Laird can definitely come in. Dupont and De Jong. Okay, let's go. Come on. I've been excited. I haven't played this for 3 or 4 days, and I've been thinking, I guarantee. I can remember switching the computer off thinking, wow, what a pre-season. The pre-season, by the way, has been ridiculous. I did, on purpose, play easier teams. So we've smashed teams, but the performances have been really, really good. We'll keep our eye on Recep Gunez as well. Just see how he figures on that right-hand side. A left footer as a winger, remember. Is he going to cut in, keep his width and cut in? Because that's what we really want. Okay, we should now be stronger than teams like these. Okay, it's as simple as that. So performances when we don't pick up points against teams like Sparta Rotterdam, I think it's going to be classed now as a poor performance. I imagine Aderton Hag are back in the league. We are going for top 8 again. We can't afford to slip now. It's pushing on. 8th, because that's what we finished last year, is absolute minimum. And we want European football next year. That is the aim. Whichever way it is, getting to the cup final, winning the cup. It'll have to be, I imagine, winning the cup. Getting through the playoffs, sneaking into that 5th place in the Eredivisie, whatever it is, it wants to be European football next season. Okay, first highlight, we're already 20 minutes into the game. They've got the ball. I'm nervous. There's a ball over the top. They should have scored. Let's just have a cheeky demand more. Interesting to now see as well, because we've got those 3 up there and we're having a full season of this 4-3-3, how much stuff like PPDA, sprint, passes into the final third, something that we've struggled over the last few years, that creativity, how much more we are going to create, and is that Fabian, who's playing as a half-back now, how useful is he going to be just sat in front of the back four? There is Dumoulin, into Mouvier, into Darami, Recep's coming on that right-hand side, Darami back to Serrano. Lovely cross. Van Hooydonk's there. Clabinho. He is better at going forward. He's quite small as well as Clabinho. Recep. Fabinho. Fabinho. We haven't got Fabinho. Is it Fabinho? Clabinho. Dear me. Clabinho. Okay, half-time. 0-0. 63% possession. Nothing really created. You know, XG 0.3. A little bit disappointing because we've been rampant in pre-season in terms of creating chances and scoring goals. Okay, 65. It's gone completely flat in this second half. You boys love a 0-0 when I big it up. Okay, so we're going to make a couple of changes. I am going to bring on Huberson up front, the young Ivory Coast striker, only 18 years old. And we're also going to bring on Hove into the middle of midfield to partner Mouvier. And then we'll leave everyone else. Reset, Darami, match winners there. We need to leave them on. Okay. 85, it looks like a corner, which is a little bit of a worry. Good header. Are we going to defend? Recep's getting out there. Is he going to nick it? No, he nearly did. He nearly did. Huberson, he's in. The Ivory Coast. I think he's got a full cap. I think he's got 1 cap. Big chance. Good counter-attack. He does offer a little bit more pace. So what we are going to do last few minutes, let's just bring on Dupont. Play him as an out-and-out winger on that right-hand side. And we'll let Recep go onto that left-hand side. Let's also bring Colwell in for Serrano, who is nearly going to get sent off. And we'll also do Clabinho as well. Laird coming on for the last few minutes. Can we nick a winner? Hove with it. It's near post. Darami was there. That's going to be his last highlight. Sparta Rotterdam are now going for a 5-2-1-2. Oh, what a chance there at the end. Oh, God, there's a highlight. There's a highlight. There's a highlight. We've cleared. Go on, Huberson. He's flicked it onto himself. That's brave. Where are we going with this highlight, everybody? Laird. Now Dupont. I thought he was going to get there and has just allowed the other guy to get it. That's fine. Okay, no problem. We've won it back. Fabian snapping in the tackle. Love it. He's found Mouvier, late run, finish it. Huberson does. Yamusa Huberson. Is he going to be the man this season? What an impact he has made since coming on as substitute. 18 years old, boys. Fabian doing really well. And we are starting again. We started with a 1-0 last season at AZ. We're starting with probably a deserved 1-0 victory. 93rd minute. There you go. We've just edged it on the XG. We went 1.17 to their 0.67. They didn't really offer much. 63% of the ball as well. What a start. We're going to remember, we're possession-based, heavy possession-based. We want to keep that ball, control the game as much as possible. And Yamusa Huberson, the 18-year-old, has won it for us. Is he going to be a superstar? I hope so. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Smash a like on today's video, and we will see you on Wednesday. I'll probably kick on maybe up to 10 games and see how well my new signings are fitting in the Eagles. Cheers, guys. Take care. See you later.